how big the blast zone is. You think it's a mile? You think it's a mile in radius?
Well, the Murrah left a 3-foot crater
and sheared off a third of that building.
Yeah,
believe me. Like,
so
I don't know, man. That's some crazy stuff. I want to watch how it plays out because like I said, man, I got some questions. Like, it seems a little fishy to me.
Well, in the death toll, I don't even think they're done counting on the death toll.
Well, they're not going to be able to count everybody because some of those people got vaporized.
Yeah.
I mean, zoom, you're gone.
Shit. And if you watch the Discovery Channel, it's Shark Week. So that'd be great.
No, Sunday is. Sunday
is it Sunday?
Yeah.
This weekend. Okay,
National Geographic's got like some shark fest going on, but they only got like 6 programs. They're just playing them over and over for 5 weeks.
National Geographic is lame.
They ain't got shit on Discovery.
You know, at the moment that they quit showing native titties,
they lost your interest, didn't they?
I mean, they lost everybody's interest. Everybody's interest. And
not everybody's. You can't speak for everybody on that, dude.
Everybody like me. You damn right. I'm at my own club, the Me Club. I got voted president.
Where are we going to go? By yourself?
And my constituents behind me.
Donnie and I are both in front of you, so.
Yeah, it's dark back there, but it's dark for a reason that they get embarrassed. They're shy. Yeah, that's my constituents.
Let's see where else we're going to go on this list. You want to talk about COVID?
We can talk about the COVID.
Okay, I have seen now, since Fauci said to wear goggles if you're around somebody that could have it, I have seen 3 people in goggles now.
I saw one at the auto dealership in a complete full face shield. Attached to his glasses.
I mean, I saw a lady yesterday morning, I think. Yesterday morning, coming up from the donut shop, early in the morning, I'm driving through the neighborhood, and nobody is around except this lady and her dog. And she's walking down the sidewalk, and she's got a freaking mask on. Like, what in the hell? I mean, is that to the point they've scared people about this?
I'm guessing.
I mean, I'm going to be the first to tell you, like, back in April, May, when I was really locked down in the house and trying to, stay away from it, I was pretty concerned about it. But the more it goes on, the more I learn. Like, it's like you and I were talking the other day. If it was that contagious as they're trying to get you to believe it is, I'd have it by now. I promise you that.
Your nursing nurse works on the front lines, literally on the worst front line, like the worst battle.
Like literally with people that are dying from this virus.
With the ventilators and all that mess. Yeah, the worst of the worst.
So if it was as contagious as they're trying to make everybody be scared that it is, I don't care how much you try to take precautions, I would have caught it by now. I guarantee you that.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to go out in public without a mask and stuff right now. Like, when we started getting the spike and it started coming back in full force, then I was like, okay, I'm going to probably go back to wearing a mask because I don't really want to deal with this.
Right.
I don't know, man. The panic that they're instilling in people is just absolutely asinine.
The bad part about it is you got President Trump who's, just like, we're going to be okay. Everything will be fine. We're in this together.
He is kind of polishing a turd on this deal, man.
Yeah.
He kind of, some of this stuff's a little too far for me to reach, buddy. I mean, I don't think anybody handled it the way that it should have been handled because I don't think we've ever really dealt with anything on this exact level,
Well, since the last time we spoke, Dr. Fauci and I have had biscuits and gravy twice. Talked about it.
Exactly.
You'll know when I know.
You'll be the first to know after I know.
Donnie out.
I wish he'd do that. DJT out.
Or I'd love to see him at the podium, and then have some prop maker make like a pair of those 32 pixel glasses that they do on a meme where you got Thug Life, where he just puts his goggles on just for a second at the camera and drops the mic.
Dude, I mean, I saw the other day somebody posting all these things about Trump, and it was like, you had to swipe to read every one of them. Of course, I buy into it. I do it. And it's like the third one. Trump is a racist. What? Why do people say this? I don't get this.
I've got videos saved of Joe Biden calling African Americans the N-word twice on Capitol Hill.
Mm-hmm.
In his chair.
Yeah.
With a nice microphone, by the way. It's a solid mic.
Dude, it's it's hard to it's kind of hard to remember at times that all of this started with the death of George Floyd. How sad is that? And BLM has taken the forefront on this deal with Antifa on their shoulder, and all these people, man, are Trump's a racist because of this and because of that, and none of it ever makes any sense. And I'm like, how did we get to the point that Trump came out? I guess today I sent you that deal, and Trump denounced BLM because they're a Marxist communist organization, which they are.
Yes.
And all these people running around supporting them. So is that what you're telling me, that you support communism in this country?
All these people running around and supporting them are doing it because somebody else did, because they're sheep, right? Secondly, the leader of that sheep that originally grabbed onto this and told a friend who told a friend who told a friend, and everybody jumped on board and had no idea what they were jumping onto. Zero idea.
They still don't. They're still out there doing all this stuff. And most of these people, I mean, we've talked about it before. Black Lives Matter has done nothing for the black community. Nothing. They don't have any programs for kids, and they don't have any of that. They're not a not-for-profit organization.
I realized what this sounds a lot like, believe it or not, is you got like the Hells Angels, and then you got the Support Club.
Yeah.
And this little BLM movement, it looks like the Support Club to the regular BLM movement, which means completely different things than the little BLM. I think the little BLM movement took it upon themselves to just make up whatever rules they have for Black Lives Matter, and then people follow.
The latest thing in Tulsa is the Black Lives Matter mural
on the
street downtown
in Greenwood,
and they were going to take it up. Well, BLM started throwing a fit about it, and now the mayor said he's going to wait 2 weeks. Then the council will meet on it, and I'm like, they didn't have a permit to do that. Like, technically, that's vandalism. Like, what are we doing? And as far as I know, I think it's in Arizona, there is only one mural painted that is back to blue. Only one that I know of and I can find. In the downtown, like in an urban area, there's only one. Now, I have it under good authority to make a suspicion here. There's plans for number 2 to be in Tulsa, and we're going to see if it's going to be allowed.
Back to blue
because
on the
they're
highway?
Going to go,
It says back to blue?
No, they're back to blue. A back to blue mural. They've got 2 spots that they've chosen. They want one of them, and on walls downtown. So we'll see what happens, because they're gonna try to get a permit. We'll see what I mean. And then if they do get it and they paint that thing down there, we'll see what happens then. Because that thing's going to get vandalized.
Yeah, don't you have a friend that works in like permit stuff?
I know I got a family member that works for the city that kind of is around stuff like that. Yeah. But doesn't have any pull, or there's no kinds of shenanigans that can happen there.
Well, I mean, since you come from a blue family,
very
blue family. I could totally see somebody in a position that they could be like, hey, let him have the permit. Yeah. Smokey told me it was cool.
Smokey.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I mean, I keep running across people, and and I see people when I'm out, and they have all this pro BLM stuff on. I'm like, do you fools even understand what that organization is? That's nothing to do with equality, man. I mean,
who's the racist?
Yeah. Well, I saw this in Minneapolis. The police chief has told the citizens, hey, if they run up on you, don't give them any shit. Just give them your phone, your cash, and everything. Just don't even stand up to them, and there's really nothing we can do to help you. And I'm like, how would you like to live there? I mean, they've already told people that they're going to defund and abolish the police department, and black business leaders in Minneapolis are begging them not to do that. But BLM is pushing it. So what if you got black business leaders that are terrified of this? It seems to me like if BLM was really pro-black, they'd be sitting down with those business leaders and coming up with a resolve.
Yeah. And secondly, where's all the help in your community? What community center did you throw some of your donations at? Because Black Lives Matter. What kids' place after school program have you helped funded? Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. And you call yourself a organization for blacks.
In what way? Like, everybody talks about, how many black kids grow up in one-parent homes, and, and that's one of the problems, and people in the black community are like, hey, yeah, we know, we don't like that. And, they're all about trying to fix that problem. But BLM, by their mission statement, they're against that.
Yeah.
They're completely against what we consider to be a nuclear family in this country.
They're against pretty much everything we do.
If it's not communism, they don't like it.
I hope and pray that Biden does not get elected. I hope and pray.
They're trying everything they can, man. Mail-in ballots and everything. They're trying everything to get that fool into that White House.
Well, there's word out there that Hillary and Bill Foundation have given to Black Lives Matter.
Whoa, big surprise.
Right? You people know your puppets, right? Bill and Hillary are the masters of the puppets, and they show no mercy.
Well, dude, I find it awful bizarre. In the past almost week since it's happened, Bill's name showed up in the transcript to a deposition from one of the victims. She stated he was there on the island. She saw him there, and she also said that she saw him there in the presence of young girls. And when asked for what reason was he brought to the island, she said to have sex with young girls. One of the girls there was 12. Not one fucking news station has said a word about this. Nope. And this is factual. This is really happening right now.
I'm floored. I'm just floored. It's the most obvious thing.
We had an ex-president that went to a pedophile island, and it didn't even make the news. How is that possible?
Well, if you've got witnesses out there, it's obvious.
You think Bill ever gets up and gets his day started and is like, whew, cheated it again? Like, Hillary may start looking at Bill like he's a liability.
Oh, I think Hillary and Bill have not been Hillary and Bill for decades.
You're probably right.
I think she does she, and he does he, and, you do it in the background, don't do it in public.
That's pretty much the story that I've heard from people that worked very close with. Pretty much the story that.
And that was during his time as president.
Yeah. They kind of had their own arrangement during his presidency.
Oh, it actually was said at the governor's mansion in Little Rock too. So. Oh,
I don't doubt that, but that came from somebody that their job was to protect them. So that is probably true. Dude, I don't know that whole Epstein thing, dude. The more that stuff is coming out, it's just even crazier than it sounded, man.
I think once America gets chipped, because it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Well, it ain't going to happen to me. I wish you that.
It's going to happen. Then you'll be able to track who leaves when. You get on a flight, bam. You walk through this gate, bam. You leave the country, and then you come back in. You say, Bill, God dang, man. You fly out there 26 times? No, we got it right here. We didn't have that ticket. Now we do. And I bet that's where we're going to.
Think about that, though. A dude that was a president of this country was sitting his ass down there involved in that shit. Like, what in the hell is wrong